first of all, the teachers now had to come in and everybody stood up and had to give the salute, the Hitler salute every morning. Then there was the singing of the national anthem, Die Fahne hoch, and all the sent shivers down my spine, up with the flag. And then there was Deutschland, Deutschland über alles was sung, and we had to be very quiet. We sat in the back of the room, and we were not allowed to raise our hands for anything. And we always got bad marks, no matter what we did. Jews were supposed to be students, Jewish children were supposed to be stupid, and that was it. No matter how much we knew, we couldn't show our haircuts.
Then we had to have Rassenkunde, the science of the races. That was obligatory. We had to have it. And we were told what an Aryan head looks like. The length of the head, the width of the head, and all kinds of measurements were taken for that. And the teacher would look around the room and say, now this is a typical Aryan head. And the class would start laughing like mad because it was a Jewish head. That happened 3 different times. And then when we had assembly, I always tried to be in the last row, because then it was more likely that nobody would notice that I didn't do this.
A very nice teacher with a great big mustache was our music teacher. And his pedagogy and classroom management consisted of rewarding us. We were a school group given out a picture or a ticket by letting us choose the closing song at the end of every one. Well, boys, you've been very good today. You may choose the closing song. And in reality, my classmates chose to sing the Nazi marching song known as the Holocaust which they sang all verses. Horst Wessel was a young fellow who was stabbed to death in one of the street fights between communists and Nazis in the 1920s, and with his death, the Nazi movement had its martyr. We wanted to arouse people's emotions. It's very important to have a martyr. They had a martyr, you know, and they glorified him, and they wrote this marching song about him. And it has many stanzas. Marching songs by their nature have to have many stanzas so you can keep marching. And one of them is indelibly inscribed on my soul and my memory are the words, wenn's Judenblut vom Messer spritzt, dann geht's nochmal so hin. When the blood of the Jews runs up our knives, things will go twice as well. Twice every week, my beloved classmates, the leaders of the class, the Nazis of the class, the grandfathers, yelled out that song twice a week. They sang that back to me, while I and my 5, 6 other Jewish classmates sat down with our heads bowed and in great pain and embarrassment.
It never occurred to me that my closest friends would be part of the Hitler Youth, because I went to her house and she would come to my house and she would go on excursions with me. There was no question. I never even occurred to me to do anything else that I am the same kind of person. But I went to her house and playfully sort of opened the doors, you know, we sit around and do that.
And I opened one of her drawers, and right on top, there was a little uniform, and I was shocked. And I said to her, what is this? And her manner changed immediately. And she said to me, I was going to try and tell you this before, and I don't want you to come anymore. You're a Jew. And she used some very unpleasant things. It wasn't like the same person I've known her for quite a while. She was really nasty to me.
Within a short period of time, everything was done with extreme speed. All the children were brought into the Hitler Youth, and my friend, within days, within weeks, he had been so indoctrinated by the Hitler Youth to look at Jews as vermin, literally vermin, and you just stamp out, and you wouldn't have anything to do with me, told me all sorts of things. The Austrian population en masse, without exceptions. There may have been some exceptions, but we never saw them, we never heard about them. They went into the streets and greeted with tremendous enthusiasm the entry of the German army, and within days gigantic rallies were held throughout Vienna, throughout Austria, where Hitler appeared, Goebbels appeared, Goering appeared, and I went to these rallies because as I said before, I was very wild, and I said to my parents, I have to go and see what's happening. They pleaded with me. They said, you can't go out. And I said, but I can do it. No one will think that I'm Jewish because I had blue eyes, I looked like a Shavis, I looked like a non-Jewish child. And I did. I actually did it. I was 10 years old. I went to all these mass rallies. And in fact, people were patting me on the head, saying what a nice little boy is. So I remember hearing Hitler. I remember the tremendous chants, Ein Volk, Ein Reich, Ein Führer. One nation, one empire, right, and one leader. It was incredible. There were hundreds of thousands of people at these street rallies. I went to indoor rallies which were just tens and tens of thousands of people.
The Hitler appeared in Vienna on the balcony of the City Hall. And I left home in the morning and went down to the public square in front of the City Hall where tens of thousands of people were assembled, shouting at the top of their lungs, Ein Volk, Ein Reich, Ein Führer, one people, one Reich, one leader, one Führer. And I was caught in the spirit of this. I was 9 years old. I saw a lot of Hitler youth around me, wearing uniforms, smart uniforms, and little daggers on their side, and I wish I could join them. And when, after many hours, I seen Hitler on the balcony appearing up there in the street, I went home. My mother was very upset, and she didn't know where I had been. She demanded to know where had you been, and I said, I saw our Führer. Whereupon my mother promptly slapped me left and right, and then I realized that I wasn't supposed to have said that. And I remember that vividly, and she said to me, don't you ever call that SOB our Führer. He is not. He is our enemy.
In the community, there were big Nazi parades, lots of those red flags with the swastikas hanging from the Hauptstrasse, which is the main street, right around the corner from where we lived. And my school was on that street, and I had to walk on that street. Now, when those parades were taking place, my mother told me, Jewish children may not salute the flag. However, there's a law that says anyone on the street must salute the flag. So I was caught in a dilemma. What do I do? I'm damned either way. So so I hid in stairwells and storefronts, and I hid so I wouldn't have to be seen or to salute the flag. That was very traumatic, and I have real strong recollection of the street, the noise of the goose-stepping Nazis, and the frenzy that was going on. I do recall that very clearly. What kind of emotion did you have? Fear? Nothing else. I was too young to be angry. This was a given. This was the way my life was.
The impressions that stuck in my mind quite vividly are the, from 1933 onwards, are the glass display cases which held newspapers, and they were gefolgt auf der Chor, der Stürmer, all highly anti-Semitic. They were really official Nazi newspapers. Full of cartoons of Jews with dreadful noses. And the thing was that either or on the same page depicted as Russian Bolsheviks with a Russian army and the five-pointed star, or they were depicted as what they call superstars, which is sort of the word they used to sort of category. With an American type top hat on the top. So you couldn't do it. But the thing was that they were
Walking through the streets, you had this, every time you came to a populated area, you had these glass-covered billboards that showed the Nazi newspapers that derided Jews with ugly faces and derogatory comments, and that was the kind of propaganda you had to live with and had to be exposed to, and became a very unpleasant way of life.
Did you guys talk to you about that? Did you know what was going on?
We were all very much aware of what was going on because walking through the streets and having someone throw a donut at you was nothing uncommon. And so I remember walking with my father one time in the winter time, and someone picked up a snowball and hit him right in the face with it. Because he was wearing glasses and knocked off his glasses, and it was quite an embarrassing situation for him, being hitting the snowball with a snowball by some hooligans in the street. But that's the kind of thing that went on, and of course things got much worse as time went on.